Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we break down the sometimes confusing world of corporate finance. Today we are diving into a filing from News Corporation. Get ready because we will be uncovering a bit about their stock activity and what it could mean for the future. Before we dive in, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below for more in-depth discussions. So what is this filing all about? Well, it is what they call a current report, essentially an update for investors and the public about important things happening at the company. The main point here is about News Corporation's stock repurchase programs. Now this means the company can buy back its own shares from the market. They are authorized to buy back up to $1 billion worth of their Class A and Class B common stock. Think of it like this: when a company buys back its own stock, it can signal a few things. Sometimes it means they believe their stock is undervalued and it is a good investment for them to make. Other times, it can be a way to return value to shareholders. This report specifically mentions that under the rules of the Australian Securities Exchange, or ASX for short, the company has to report these buyback transactions daily if they happen. They also report this information in their regular quarterly and annual reports. Now, the report also includes a standard disclaimer about what they call forward-looking statements. This is just legalese basically saying that any statements about their future intentions, like repurchasing stock, are based on their current beliefs and expectations. Because the future is uncertain, actual results could be very different. They are not promising anything, and they do not necessarily update these statements if circumstances change unless the law requires them to. It is a way for them to be transparent about their plans without being legally bound if things do not go as planned due to market changes or other factors. Under this section, they list the exhibits that are part of this filing. The most important ones here are Exhibits 99.1 and 99.2. These are the actual copies of the information they provided to the Australian Securities Exchange. So if you wanted to see the day-to-day details of their stock buybacks, you would look at those. And finally, the report is signed by Michael L. Bunda, who holds a senior position within the company as Senior Vice President, Deputy General Counsel, and Corporate Secretary. This just authenticates the report. Now let us zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. News Corporation is a global media and information services company. They own a diverse range of businesses, including newspapers like the Wall Street Journal and the Times of London, as well as book publishing and digital real estate services. Their stock repurchase programs are essentially a financial management tool. The fact that they are authorized to buy back up to $1 billion worth of stock shows they have significant financial firepower. This could mean they are confident in their ability to generate cash flow to fund these buybacks. It also suggests they might see their stock as a good investment. From a shareholder perspective, stock buybacks can be beneficial. They reduce the number of outstanding shares, which can increase earnings per share. This can make the stock look more attractive to investors. However, it is also important to consider why the company is choosing to buy back stock. If the company has limited growth opportunities, then returning capital to shareholders through buybacks might be the best use of its cash. On the other hand, if the company has exciting new ventures or potential acquisitions, those might represent a better use of its capital for long-term growth. One key thing to watch with News Corporation is how these buybacks align with their overall business strategy. Are they investing enough in new content and digital platforms, or are they primarily focused on financial engineering? With a company as diverse as News Corp, it is always a balancing act. Are these buybacks a sign of strength, indicating they believe in their future prospects and see their stock as undervalued? Or are they a signal of a lack of compelling organic growth opportunities, leaving share repurchases as the primary way to boost shareholder value? Looking at the broader media landscape, News Corporation faces significant challenges. The shift to digital continues to disrupt traditional media business models. Competition is fierce from tech giants and digital native publications. News Corporation's ability to navigate these trends and innovate will be crucial. The stock buybacks are one piece of the puzzle, and understanding their motivation behind them helps us gauge their confidence in their strategic direction. To summarize, this filing is primarily about News Corporation's stock repurchase program. It highlights their authorization to buy back a substantial amount of their stock and their reporting obligations. While the report itself does not contain detailed financial tables that would give us a deep dive into their performance, it tells us about a financial strategy they are employing. It is a signal that management believes their stock is a worthwhile investment. So what is the takeaway? News Corporation is actively managing its capital structure through stock buybacks. This can be a positive sign of confidence and a way to return value to shareholders. However, it is always wise to look at the bigger picture of their business strategy and the industry challenges they face. Are these buybacks a catalyst for future growth or a defensive move in a challenging environment? That is something investors will want to keep an eye on. Alright, that is our breakdown of this News Corporation filing. What is your take on these stock buyback programs and what do they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.